Hello and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. It was suggested in the comments that we have a look around to see if there's anything new, so obviously we're going to do that. Although we're only going to do a very quick look around areas where we've already been. There's one area in particular suggested that I look at, and it is all the way up here, and up this way. Why was it suggested I look here? Well, it suggested I look and double check whether there are more bounties. So that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to speak with Stroll, and then we're going to see where the fancy takes us, where we want to go. Actually, there is one thing I want to do. The blue cheese guy here? No, I think he's only here at night. Okay, that makes sense. Right, head through here. Doesn't look like there's any new dialogue. Anything new over this way? No, that's all the same. Perfect, okay. So we can kind of be sure that there's no new dialogue if nothing has changed. Like, if nothing major has changed, you're not going to get new dialogue. Makes sense to me. Hello? Yes, I want to see the bounties. Yeah, there's still only Mani to Manjula currently. Okay, fair enough. Wonder how it's going to tell us if there are new bounties. Whether we have to check, or whether there's going to be like a... Oh, I heard that there might be new bounties at the bounty board kind of message. I don't know. Anyway, let's head this way and just double check that we have seen everything that we need to see here. And if we have, then we'll simply teleport to Stroll. This looks fine. These guys all look like people we've spoken to. I think we're pretty good here, actually.
What is it?
Ah, hello. Well, that was convenient. Hello.
Yeah.
Ah, it's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. I have an interesting rumour out of Grand Trad. I thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it.
Aye.
If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me? Sure, why not?
Alright.
Then let's be off. I've heard tell that there are some drifters who occasionally show up on this road here. I can't help but wonder if maybe they're the people I've been looking for. Grand Trad is so full of novelty. I still can't get used to all the clamour though. In Halia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There was still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but
that's...
Young Master Leon. It couldn't be.
Huh?
I know that voice.
Rangeeth?
Rangeeth? Rangeeth, is that truly you? You made it out safely.
Wow.
Oh, young Master Leon. My goodness, look how you've grown. Friend of yours?
Hold on. Truth is...
He served House Halietus when our house was still stood. I never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rangeeth, this is Grem. He's a friend I've recently begun traveling with.
However...
Forgive me for saying, time has not been kind to your frame, old friend. Are you eating well, and how are the others?
That's...
After the human attack, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living among the ruins in Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No. Then let me help. Let me find you housing. Well, I would if I had the means. All I have left of my nobility is in name alone. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. I've always said you got your heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive here today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason then that I have to help somehow. Shall we take them with us?
Well then... Huh?
On our journey? Surely not. That would put them directly in harm's way. Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? An Ishkia Marquess, Lord Hidran.
I see.
A Marquess, you say? Sounds like I'll need to pay this Lord Hidran a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of Halia's refugees to live in, though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please. Our woes should not be yours to shoulder. I already bear their weight, old friend. That fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all of you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because of your swift action. So let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but...
You honor us, still I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hedran. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as backwater refuge. All the more reason I should speak with him myself if that's how he sees you. Let's go talk to him.
Stroll.
Let's go have a word with him.
Huh?
What? You're coming too? Moving forward would be in no shortage of trouble. I'd rather you not have to add to my personal woes to that. Okay. That's what friends do.
It'll be fine.
We're friends though, aren't we? As I said, initially we're a little bit cold on this guy, and then we had one battle together where we escaped, and he's our best friend forever. We are linked. We are gonna support him in whatever he wants.
You?
Very well.
Thanks.
Either way, it's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. I can feel Stroll's deep trust in me. Rank up! We are now rank 2 with Stroll, which gives us the Maj decrease, and when Stroll attacks a human-type monster, critical rate increases. Human-type monster, that's going to take... I'm going to get that wrong at some point. But yes, when we face the big monsters, he's going to have more crit. Apparently, by the way, in the previous fight, I thought the first phase you just crit in, right? I thought that that was just a thing that happened. From reading the comments on it, it maybe was just luck. Like I maybe just happened to crit twice in a row, skipping the first phase. I mean, that's very good luck on my part, basically. Yeah. So... just thought I'd mention it in case anybody was wondering, like, oh, why did that not happen on my one? Or if somebody has more info. Yeah, it might be that we just crit randomly. Just multiple times in a row. Which is lucky. Anyway, this means that this is more likely to happen in the future as well. Also, now that I think about it, this means, now I actually don't know if you get a choice of party. I kind of assume that at some point you're going to have different party members and a choice of party and all of that sort of stuff. But this means that if we're ever thinking we're going to fight humans, Stroll's value has just gone into the roof. Because an ability to crit is so valuable because it gives you not only a huge increase in damage, but it also gives you an extra turn in combat. So Stroll is now like right there at the top of the list. Anyway, you have my thanks as well, Sir Grem. I have no doubt the young master is in capable hands. Did we ever tell him our name? Brangif, this is Grem.
Huh?
Please, enough of the young master thing. We need not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us meet this Lord Hydran without delay. The sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet with him another day. What did people do today? Travelers' voices? Spend time with Brigitte. That's the only thing we could do. Okay, let's go see whether we can spend time with her. I assume we might be able to, so let's see. Right. Head out on this, and we'll see if anybody pops up. If not, we just want to spend time with somebody. We could spend some time with the Mustari again. That would be interesting. Just continue learning more about the Mustari. Or we could try and do something else. One of the other ones that we haven't done yet. Also, we need to buy blue cheese. Doesn't look like Brigitte is available. She was outside our shop previously. And we do need to buy blue cheese, so let's head this way. It's a very important part of our day, buying the blue cheese, of course. Also, we can check for new dialogue while we do it, which gives us a double purpose here. So, heading over this way. And... you're blue cheese, man? Yes, I will buy more blue cheese. Thank you.
Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you for your blue cheese. Right. Let's head back this way. And actually, what did people do? Hushed Honeybee spoke with the pagan, heard a story from long ago, slept or took in the scenery. The only one we haven't done currently is the story. The story would increase our imagination. Let's just check our royal virtues. Okay, so that would increase our imagination. Tolerance would be what we get from speaking to the Mustari. Okay. They're about even, but let's maybe go get tolerance, because we don't know where else we're getting tolerance from. Although wait, we can get tolerance from the honeybee, can't we? Yeah, we can get tolerance from cooking at the honeybee, but I kind of want to speak to the Mustari again, unless cooking at the honeybee unlocks Maria, but I don't think it does, because nobody's done Maria's one. Or at least nobody on this day has spent time with Maria. Interesting. Right. Let's head over here and speak with the Mustari. Hello, you got anything new for us?
So, we meet again.
Are you still interested in the Mustari? If so, then I'd be delighted to tell you more about us.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's spend more time with them.
I see.
Well then, today I'll detail more of the faith we believe in. Long ago, God's messengers ruled over existence. When they perished, they conferred a holy relic unto the world. This holy relic exists to this day, and is being passed down for generations within our tribe as a divine object that represents God himself. We believe that only they who wield the divine relic, the instrument of God, could truly receive the authentic teachings. Okay. God's messengers ruled over existence, they conferred a holy relic unto the world, and this holy relic exists until this day, passed down through generations within the tribe. It does sound similar to the Royal Igniter. Wonder if it's a similar thing, like whether they're a class of item. One of our teachings tells us to devote our entire being to what we hold most dear. Even now, it's the core tenet of our priestess, or it's the core tenet our priestess strives to embody. Oh, okay, that was a short one.
All right.
Thank you for the tolerance. I think.
Pleased to hear it.
I believe I've told you all I can, but we Mustari live all over, hiding out in various places. If you're interested, you might try lending an ear to those other Mustari. Ah, so that might be the last one we're able to do with him. Okay. If these are limited, I would kind of like it.
And the age of a new king draws nearer.
Because that gives us a reason to do them, like, specifically if they're limited. Because then it's getting lore we wouldn't otherwise get. Well, if they're just something you can spam, then it seems like a little less, like, precious. Let me just check. Oh, this guy is totally still here. So if I save, right, and let's just speak to him again, in case I accidentally use my time. Does it give us something new?
So, we meet again.
What do you think?
It just says he'll tell us more about him.
Fair enough.
Okay. Well, I don't know what he's going to tell us, but anyway, that's fine. Stroll, Hulkenberg, Brigitte. Let's just see. Followers? So, Stroll. Stroll reunites with Rangeef, once a servant of his noble house. Hearing the struggles of Halia's citizenry, he seeks to arrange housing for them. Okay. So we've now done Stroll, Hulkenberg, and Brigitte. This now means that the only thing left to do is either go to Tradia Desert or do some of the other stat ups. Maybe speaking to the activist. Okay. Also, any new memorandums from that? No. Okay, so what I want to do is look at the calendar. So if we go Tradia Desert, that leaves us with 3 days of getting stat ups, basically. Maybe we want to leave Tradia Desert till the 20th, because if I want to get some more items before we go there, then waiting till Big Bargain Day makes sense, because then we're not spending as much. So maybe we just want to get some stat ups today. Maybe I'll go spend time with the activist, because that one's only available during the day and we have nothing else to do right now. Let's spend some time with you.
Excuse me.
Oh, Mr. Elder, gentlemen, we meet again. I still haven't managed to collect many donations for the cause. I'm really sorry to ask, but if you don't mind, might you be able to afford to pitch in a little? Yeah. Thank you. I swear I'll use your donation as best I can.
Appreciate it.
I don't believe it. You really donated. Are you interested in our activities? If you don't mind, could I discuss this more with you? There aren't many who support this cause. I know I'm doing the right thing, but the reality is so discouraging.
It's gonna be tough.
Looks like she's serious about helping out where she can, but she seems kind of down. Maybe we could cheer her up. Successfully encouraging the activists may help hone my eloquence too. Yeah, let's do it.
Happy to hear that.
Oh, how wonderful. Then please, come this way. Okay. The Parapus, the Yugif, the Mustari, and of course the Elder too. These tribes are abhorred by the other tribes. Ooh. Have we heard of the Yugif yet? I don't think we have. Without a great deal of wisdom or skills, it's impossible for them to get a normal job. Work is especially limited for them here in the royal capital. You've seen the executioner in the back alley, right? Dirty work like that is all that's available to these tribes. Having a job is better than nothing, though. Those less fortunate must choose between starvation and banditry. Actually, no. There is one other option. Become Igniter experimentation subjects. There's no guarantee they'll survive those. What kind of experiments?
What's happening?
Igniter experiments? What does that entail? I don't know the specifics myself. Not many do. But you should still be careful all the same. Even though igniters are now considered common and useful tools, blood is being spilled for the development, I know it. Out of many people on my side, I haven't been able to help many people yet, but knowing there are people like you out there gives me confidence to go on.
Take care.
People like you who see injustice and actually try to do something about it. This world would be a better place with more people like that. Losing my support was a source of encouragement for her. I feel like my eloquence has improved. I feel like we just said, what kind of experiments? I actually don't think we gave any, I guess we gave monetary support at the start. We didn't give as much support as we could have.
Alright.
Even verbally. But eloquence went up. Nice, and we got fairy dust for that. Okay, that's 50 HP to everyone. It's not much, but here, thank you for your support. I really appreciate you hearing me out.
Well then.
We had a hearty exchange of opinions. It's about time to get back to everyone. Okay, night, and back to the hushed honeybee. I hear a voice. I wonder if he'll come again. If he does... Brigitte comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk with her. Alright. That works for me. I mean, it's Brigitte or see what the Mustari had to say, so I guess we'll go hang out with Brigitte.
Say there.
I love how she keeps saying she's more familiar with the city and to speak with her, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna get my blue cheese and then speak to Brigitte. Pretty much exclusively that's what I do nowadays. Blue cheese and Brigitte. So,
Listen.
let's head this way,
That's what we call
and head up here, and get our blue cheese. We could probably fast travel, but this doesn't take very long. Right, over this way, and we'll hop off here, and hello. Thank you for the blue cheese.
Thanks.
Gallica's probably like, what are you doing? Why do you keep buying blue cheese every single day? Why are you spending all of our money on blue cheese? She doesn't understand. It's a very important thing for battle. We need the 150 healing that it gives us. It's very important. Right. Hello, Brigitte. You are our first level 3. Hello.
Just you.
Ah, so it's you. You seem unscathed. Have you come to work? Of course.
Now then,
Here's the leash. Today's job is to walk it. It's been itching to get out lately, keeps making a fuss. Walk it around the capital so it quiets down and gets the energy out of its system. You can't be seen coming in and out of here, so if you've no questions, then get to it. Okay. I took the dog out without anyone seeing and walked her around the capital. Grar. It seems to have taken a liking to you.
But
I could hear it from downstairs. Don't get it too excited. This is on you too, dog. A simple walk shouldn't be enough for you to let your guard down. Proof she's smart, that's what's cute about her. Are you jealous or something? I have no idea how you're going to react to this, but I have to say it. Also, because we know that the only punishment for getting dialogue wrong in this game is that you lose out a mage, I want to see what this says. You jealous or something?
Hold on.
Don't tell me you're jealous or something.
intriguing.
You know, I could always test one of these igniters on you. I was speaking to an activist today, and they thought that this was happening. And you know what? I'm going to go tell them next time I see it that it's you who's been doing all these experiments. And, well, we'll write you a strongly worded letter. Words are weapons. Try thinking before you speak. Ow. Woof.
Hopeless.
I've never liked this thing, ever since the first time I laid eyes on it. It was on the side of the road, buried from the neck down, head bleeding too, probably hit by a rock at some point.
It's over.
It could have just given up and died, but it looked into my eyes and whimpered. I hated the sight of it. This poor little dog? You didn't feel drawn to it at all?
In those days.
I was once a stray myself. My earliest memory is of fighting a dog over a scrap of meat covered in dirt, and getting bitten for my trouble. Wherever I went, I found only hunger and violence, so I robbed and stole anything and everything. I fought and I survived.
It's a living hell.
It was hell. I see.
Really?
That's beyond words. What am I doing talking to a child about this?
Just a fantasy.
Just like that dog, I let my guard down like a fool. Never mind, forget I said anything. Understood.
Sure.
Yes.
Good, and while we're on the subject, a word of advice.
Listen.
This world is a bottomless hell, a bog of endless muck, and if you trust another person to keep you afloat in it, you'll feel the sludge close over your head soon enough.
Don't ever forget that.
To survive, you need the strength to make your way through that muck. Nobody can do it for you, and indeed nobody else should. You need your own strength. And I'd say that's well within your powers.
Therefore,
In addition, I'd like to provide one other reward. I'm sure you're aware that there's a man in town tasked with exchanging mag obtained from hunting monsters and the like. I'll put in a word with them so they're more flexible with you, not just here in Grand Trad, but across the kingdom. I can sense Brigitta's attempts at kindness and trust. Rank up, we are now rank 3 with Brigitta.
no pain can stop me now.
Increases skill inheritance slots for the merchant lineage to 2. Improves the exchange rate at the mag exchange. Nice. Okay, cool.
Even then.
I shouldn't be the only one talking. You owe me some secrets of yours after all that. Grius tried to kill Luis, did he not? Then I imagine you're aiming for the same thing.
You there.
What are your true motives? What are you really aiming to do? To improve the country, to make my mark, or to help people like you? Okay. Let's think about this. Let's think out of these 3 options, what are we gonna say? Well, what is our goal? What is our true motive? Our true motive, in the end, is to break the curse of the prince. The prince is our best friend, and our true motive is to break his curse. So, what do we want to do out of these three here? To help people like you? I think that's incorrect. I think that we are not aiming to help people like her. She was, as she says, a stray at one point, but right now she is a wealthy enough merchant. She owns a shop. She has a dog. It doesn't seem like she's particularly the person who needs a lot of help here. Make my mark? Well, maybe we would make a mark. I don't really think that we're out for personal glory, though. I don't think personal glory is us. I think to improve the country is the best way of saying what we want to do. We want to improve the country by restoring the prince to an active member in it. I think that makes sense, and that's where our goal is. So to improve the country. I want to better this country. Your true motives, I said. Though, well, I suppose it's not impossible. You really do mean that. I can't tell what you're thinking at all, but I'll expose your true nature eventually.
I'm off.
That's all for today. Come by again when you can. I'm sure the dog will be delighted to see you. Yes, the dog. Okay. She pays very well for us to sit and play with the dog.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Just to give you context on how much she pays us, right? She paid us 5,000 there, right?
Hey,
We actually know that the cost of an igniter is equivalent to the cost of something like a house, right? So if she paid us 5,000 and the igniter is 50,000, she paid us 1/10 of a house to look after her dog. Now, obviously the economy must be messed up somewhere here, and us being the player character, we further mess it up, but it's definitely interesting. Anyway, there's plenty of rumors surrounding a strong monster stalking the Tradia Desert. Everyone in town is talking about it.
Damn.
The army's become negligent. Even with all that's happened, they still won't dispatch soldiers? Since all this began, the army has lacked in manpower, and the recent turmoil has only exacerbated their troubles. At the very least, they put a bounty out on the beast. Seems we should just slay it ourselves and be done with it. Okay. Maybe.
Well then.
Ooh. Stroll. Okay.
say there.
Stroll wants to speak to us, huh? Well, we should definitely speak to Stroll. What day is it?
What now?
It is Metals Day. Tomorrow is the day we're going to the desert. Yeah, so I guess we'll hang out with Stroll. Let's do it. Let's see if Rangi really was trying to do some kind of scheme against him. We should talk. Also, this lets me see whether it teleports you or... Yes, perfect, so it teleports you. The other option is that it immediately started it. Why do I like teleporting? Well, it means we can now use this to teleport around the city a little bit quicker. If we know that, oh, I want to go do this and then speak with somebody, we can then teleport around. Anyway, hello.
Yeah.
Ah, it's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. So I'm in a bit of a bind. This regards Lord Hydran, that landowner in Grand Trad my family's old caretaker mentioned the other day. Rumors say he's clever, but not in the good way. I'm lost about how to approach him. I'll go with you.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you. Just having you by my side would be reassuring. He's a devout sanctist, so we should look for him near the Grand Cathedral. He's a devout... If he is a devout sanctist, he doesn't want to see me there. But okay. I was told Lord Hydran comes here often. Right on cue. If I'm not mistaken, you're the young Lord Stroll, are you not? It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Hydran. But how do you know me? Nary a soul in the kingdom hasn't heard of at least rumors of Halia's tragedy. Perhaps you've come to reflect and pray.
No.
No, I came to see you, actually. I understand full well that this request may seem unreasonable, but
Truth is,
I've come to beg the use of some of the vacant domiciles in the capital. As you know, my countrymen who fled Halia reside here, sleeping on the streets. Without roofs over their heads, they barely scrape by, and so I implore you, please consider offering your support to these fine people.
no.
Are you implying I should do this with some manner of charity? Am I to be compensated in any way? Odd that you would petition me on their behalf to begin with. It's not as though they are still your responsibility. Besides, is poverty not an individual's onus to bear? Wait, did he just pull out the "why don't the poor simply choose not to be poor" argument? They were attacked and forced to flee their homes. You would still hold them responsible for the lack of means?
Yes.
So fate was cruel to them, and they could not rise above it. Should they not hold themselves to higher standards? I'm afraid I'm under no obligation here. He is pulling the "why aren't the poor simply not poor? Why are the peasants not simply nobility? If they wanted to be treated like nobles, they should have simply been born that way." Huh. Besides, what of your own circumstances? With your parents and land gone, you have little else to anchor you. Consider restoring the glory of your house before you worry about the rabble. You're right about one thing. I was a fool to ask for your aid. What about your people?
What?
What about everyone from back home?
Obviously.
Don't worry, I won't abandon my people. Incidentally, don't I know your compatriot from somewhere? You needn't worry about him. Besides, I must apologize for taking up your precious time today. But before I go, I would have you know that these refugees are my people. No matter your stance on it, I will do everything in my power to save them.
Worry not.
My good lad, I'm sure I must have come across rather harshly, but it's not as though I have no sympathy for you. Abandoned by your parents, shunned by your relations, you were left to the harsh truths of the royal capital too young. It's a pity. Yet you won't help him.
Hang on.
And maybe you should help him.
Stop.
Let's not let our tempers get the best of us. This isn't over yet. Okay, sure.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Rankeef. I wasn't able to persuade Lord Hydran to offer assistance. It was always going to be a tall order, but he tossed it aside, calling it personal responsibility. And that I couldn't abide.
No.
Please don't apologize. That you went to such efforts is more than we could ask.
Yes.
Besides, you needn't worry about us, young master. Your focus should rest on rebuilding your great house.
Yes.
House Halietus must rise again from the ruin that human wrought. Restore it to its former glory, or I should hope to greater heights still. I've heard you've been living off the generosity of the noble families who respected your lord parents. To be brought so low can't have been easy for you. Your people only wish to see your house flourish once again. With your inheritance, you should...
Wait.
Excuse my interruption, but did you just say inheritance? When the village was destroyed, I don't recall any mention of one. So you were unaware of it. I suspected as much, given our conversation the other day. Your father would have kept it separate from the estate, of this I have no doubt, though I couldn't begin to say how or where.
Taking that into account.
Interesting. If there were any clues left, I'm sure they would all point to Halia. Can you think of any leads?
Yeah.
Perhaps, though I doubt anything survived the fire.
Hey, so.
Regardless, I'll make the journey back home on my own, alright? I'll not burden you with a wild goose chase. No, as I said before, we are together forever now. We are bonded. We do this together.
No.
But I sincerely doubt we'll find anything in that rubble.
Thank you.
But listen, thank you for today. I would have lost it if you hadn't been here to keep me calm. I've avoided this for too long. It's time to face the ruins of my home head on. Might I ask for your help yet again? I'm not sure I could take another step without you at my side. I can sense Stroll's deep-seated trust and burgeoning resolve.
He.
The proud noble Stroll, keeper and inheritor of the warrior's virtues.
No.
Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom.
A new power.
Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny. Rank up! We are now rank 3 with Stroll. The party can now study the Sword Master. Cool. Okay. You can now study the Sword Master in Academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. I do hope you'll find the inheritance your parents left you. All they'd hoped for was that you'd come into your own with a worthy house. They would be so proud of how wise beyond your years you've become. Your father especially. You're just like him in that respect. I'm not worthy to share mention of my father, but whatever the case, I intend to honor their wishes. Pray, await my return. Stroll and I returned to the others. We got some more mash. And a reason, potentially, to go to Halia. Back to the hushed honeybee. So, nobody's available today, right? It says that people spent time with Brigitte, but she's not available today, right? We can check our followers. Maybe they're available on different days for different people, depending on what time you finished missions. Stroll implores a local noble, Lord Hydran, for housing, but is denied, and it is then that Rangeef speaks of his lost inheritance that might rebuild his noble house. Okay, cool. So, I think what we're going to do now, given that we have nothing else to do in the evening, also is it tomorrow we're going to shopping? It is, okay. Let's do a save here. Yeah, let's do a save. And then we're going to test this guy next to us. And we're just going to see what you give us now. Because he said he's pretty much given us everything. But let's see.
So, we meet again.
Are you still interested in the Mustari? If so, then I'd be delighted to tell you more about us.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. We talked about many things. Ah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I want to roll that back because I only want to do things that have like dialogue and lore attached. Okay, cool. So we're gonna roll that back, but that's the whole reason we did that.
On, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, cool. So let's roll that back and let's do something that actually will give us new stuff.
Well then.
Right. System. Load. There we go. That's the whole reason we created the save in the first place, so. Anyway. We have an option for tolerance, which is to go back to the inn and do some cooking. Our other option is that we can do the other thing which is available right now, which is hearing a story from long ago. We could go and hear the story, I suppose. It would get us imagination, which we've already getting elsewhere. But let's go and hear the story. We haven't done that yet. And it might be a new piece of lore for us. Okay, story. The story was over here, right? Yes.
I love it.
Hello.
How did I wind up here?
I just never imagined a day I'd meet a real one. Perhaps there's some truth to that old story after all. As a boy, my parents would even tell me stories about fairies before bed. Would you care for me to tell you one?
I wonder.
So you grew up on fairy tales. No wonder you've got fairies on the mind. Let's do it. What do you think? Do you want to listen to the elderly gentleman's story? Of course.
My thanks.
Imagine that, getting to tell a fairy tale to a real fairy. Come, let's find a table at the tavern.
Long ago,
Now, this story goes back to my grandfather's grandfather. Once, far, far away, there was a village out in the countryside. There was a cave nearby that the villagers prohibited anyone from entering. But one day, my ancestor, who was just a boy then, decided he had to see it for himself.
Come on.
So he defied his elders. Your ancestor sounds like a handful. It runs in the family. Ha! Anyway, sure enough, he ventured deep inside and soon became swallowed in darkness, hopelessly lost. A handful or not, he was just a boy, and his bravery failed him. He sank to his knees in the dark, crying pitifully.
Nevertheless,
But then, something bathed in a warm light caught his eye as it approached him. The little light actually spoke, saying, "Pipe down, you can't cry in a place like this." He was shocked. After he got a good look at it, the boy realized it was a fairy pulsing with light. He was so relieved his tears only magnified. But the fairy couldn't bear it. Throwing her arms up, she said, "If you want to cry so badly, fine, suit yourself," and she left. But before he knew it, the fairy returned. "Come on, follow me," she said. "I'll show you the way out." You see, she had sensed a dangerous beast deep in the cave, and compassion won the day. She decided to get him safely back to the entrance.
Oh, yeah?
Huh? I thought the fairy was kinda cruel at first, but I guess she had a good heart. When they arrived at the cave's mouth, the boy turned to thank the fairy, but she had already disappeared into thin air. Time marched on, and he grew into an adult. He visited the cave countless times, hoping to find and thank her, but he never saw her again as long as he lived.
oh my.
Oh, but would you look at the time? We better pick this up again later. If you'd like to know the ending, I'll be around. I was gripped by the story of the mysterious fairy. I feel like my imagination improved.
Alright.
Okay. I also feel like we reached the end of the story, but I guess not.
Well then.
It's time I got back to the others.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, so it's shopping
Well
day,
then.
I believe. Is that correct? Oh, and a new memorandum. Fairies. Intelligent life forms that originated separately from the 8 tribes. Fairies are magical beings whose lives are dependent on magic itself. Their wings are organs of magical conveyance, making them float naturally, so they only flap them to stabilize themselves in the air. Fairies can also sense the presence or absence of magla around them through their 5 senses. It's a skill that can be shared among fairies, and with training can even be shared with people for short periods of time. In ancient times, the skill was called Faesight and was quite prized. It's been told that even kings sometimes took fairies with them on their journeys. Though different sexes exist, it's difficult to visually discern them, as their appearance does not change with age. Okay. Interesting. So fairies used to be more common, Faesight used to be more common, and it used to be prized by kings, and that has also fallen off. Interesting. But has it fallen off with the increase in magla use? That's what I'm wondering. Because there's a lot more magla use, and there's a lot more igniters, and there's a lot less natural magic as we've heard it. We know that fairies can do natural magic. So, yeah, I wonder if this is all connected. I always forget the faces up there until I see it peeking out in between the rows. Okay, cool. This is the wrong way. I'm going to the shops. Right, let's head over here and let's do a quick shopping trip. So, first place we want to go, well, really only place we want to go, is the herb shop. We want to buy up to whatever the max is, basically, on lots of different things. So these only cost 40, these cost 50. Okay, hear me out. If we're healing outside of combat, right, then we want medicinal herbs because they are cheaper per HP. Yeah. So I probably want like 50 of these? Yeah, that seems reasonable. So that's, let me just do some quick adding in my head. That is 2,500 health. Yeah, that seems reasonable. That's well worth the money. What else do we need? Revival medicine we have a bunch of. We could buy more. We could go up to 10 of that, I suppose. Buy another 5. Yeah. We have some of this. Let's buy a couple of these just to stock us up. Okay, stunning stuff. I don't need any of that. Okay. Actually seems good. I'm trying to think what else I need, but I think that might be it. Okay, the other thing I need to do is I need to go to the church to get their discounts as well. Church is the other direction now. We're going to go here, then we want to take this route up to the right. We could also go to the other shops to buy equipment, but I get the feeling our equipment is going to be good enough. It seems like it's the highest level kind of equipment that we have in this area, so we'll stick with it. Right, let's head to the church, and in we go. Hello there. Buy. So I just want to buy, let's buy some bombs of life. I'm going to buy 5 of them. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, I'll buy some of those later. I'll buy 5 sleep things, 5 tranquilizers, 4 of those, 4 of those. That seems fine to me. Do I want to buy 5 of these? I kind of do, yeah. I'm going to do that. That's a huge amount of our money gone, but I think it's a good investment for the future. Bombs of life are very, very useful in combat, so let's have those. Now, the other thing I want to do is some archetype stuff, but we can do that in the menu. So we'll do that in a second. You got new stuff? No. Oh, maybe? No. Okay. So, we're going to stop over here somewhere so we're not blocking the road. And let's open up the menu and go to Archetype Tree. So, Hulkenberg, we know, has to have Mage at rank 10. And we know that Mage is likely going to be useful for the next fight. So what I think we're going to do is we're actually going to level her into Mage right now. Let's do that. So let's get you some Mage leveling.
I see.
Yes, that seems good to me. The Mage, this is the archetype you sense from Gallica's way of life.
This right here.
Its heroic embodiment is that of a good teacher who manipulates the forces of magic at will and performs miracles in the name of the one who leads.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm counting on you.
Yes, I want to entrust Hulkenberg with this power.
Of course.
Then hear a so valiant heart, by shared resolve and honored creed, to take new form as a mage. I hear the voices of past heroes' souls. O worthy heart who tempers anxiety into strength, if thou art prepared to pursue knowledge that surpasses the natural logic of the world, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the mage. So this is the mage's power. I can feel my mind resonating with the essence of magic. All in the name of His Highness the Prince, I shall wield this power to its fullest. Okay.
I acquired a new power.
I do want you to switch over right now. Yes. Okay. We can also skill inheritance here. Saying what I want, actually. Interesting. Ironclad Bond. That's an interesting combo. So Ironclad Bond increases defense by 10%, but increases it further if archetypes of the same lineage are present. It doesn't say it has to be the knight lineage, it just says the same lineage. Oh, sorry, not mouse, which is why it turned into mouse mode. So this means that if I'm running double mage, you're actually going to get the defense increase. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. I like that.
All right.
Okay, it's 8,000, but I think it's 8,000 for a reason. That's going to be really good. Let's give you that. Might even leave you in the front line with that. So Hulkenberg, you got that staff, which is fine. It's worse than the kindling staff, but it does give you a magic increase. You do probably need the stats for that. Yeah, I might leave you at the front, actually. Yeah, I might get away with leaving you at the front. Sentinel Greaves casts Rakukaja at the start of battle, so that's defense up, endurance up, agility up. Yeah. I actually think this is fine. I was going to move her to the back line as well, but actually, I think with the increased defense, she might actually be fine in the front line. I think she's still. I think she's actually going to be tankier than Stroll. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I think she'll be tankier than Stroll currently, which is weird with a mage, but that might be okay. What's her weakness as well? Weakness is here, so that's the only reason why we'd have a problem leaving her in the front line. Yeah, because her weakness is a physical ability, so it's likely to be what the enemies have, but yeah, we might do that for now. Okay, cool. And then for us, we want to stay as mage, right? Because if we have a look at our stuff, immune to fire, attack, weak to ice, attacks with fire and poison. Yes, we definitely want to be mage because we have a look at Hulkenberg here. Yeah, we've got the ice. I guess the only problem is that you're still going to take normal damage from the fire. I think that'll be okay. Yeah, and then Stroll, his is resistant to fire, so that'll be fine. So worst case scenario, we do this with Hulkenberg and we move her into the back line with us. And then we just blast it with ice while the Stroll tanks. But yeah, we'll leave that for just now. I think this seems good. I don't think I need to do anything else, although I'd really like that defense increase. Yeah, that seems like a very, very valuable thing to have, especially if you could stack it a few times with a couple of different people. You could just make your whole party a little bit tankier. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, we go into Tradia Desert and we defeat Maneater Anjula. I'll see you then. Goodbye.